Hi guys, Matt and Alex here. We are doing a different type of show. Normally you know us from the Nerditude Movie Podcast. What we're doing this time is Alex and I have kind of gone through the internet, and anything that we kind of find that interests us or is strange or weird or anything that really catches our eye, we're going to poll and we're going to talk about, whether it be videos or news articles or just things around the web.
Shit about what's going on, currently in the world.
Yeah, it's going to be a mix of everything. We're not going to touch too heavy, but we're going to do a lot of different things. Everything from politics to entertainment to goofy, weird shit. And like I said, anything that catches our eye, and then we're going to each bring 5 articles for right now. That may change. We'll see how that works out. But we're each bringing articles. We're going to go one by one in them, discuss them, watch the content or read the content and go through. Now,
most shit you hear about is going to probably be for me, just so you know. Because my fucking browser is filled with fucking stupid shit sometimes.
Alex loves his goofy. As you can see, we've got a different format. It's just the two of us. Lewis is he's not in on this one because we wouldn't have let him up in our treehouse, which is where we're filming this at.
Still not saying that we won't bring anybody in every now and then, just to see if somebody wants to throw their fucking 1 cent, not 2 cent, but 1 cent in.
And I think a lot like just like the podcast itself, we're probably gonna end up doing live episodes where we go live on on the night. We'll figure it out, probably midweek on those, but we'll figure out what the schedule looks like. We'll have live episodes of those and this as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But let's jump right into it.
Yep.
What we're gonna do is, first off, Alex has an article, and Alex, I want to let you go ahead and kind of lead the way.
All right, so. I came across this thing on IGN, and it's about the next webcam. It's a prototype that's like a realistic human eye, and it was like really fucking weird for me to see this shit. And I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? And then when I clicked on the play button, go ahead and you got control, so let's play.
Oh, you're gonna watch the.
Oh, got an ad.
Yeah.
Not me. But anyways, so this eye. Oh, there we go.
It looks like if Tool made a pocket pussy.
I was about to say something like a fleshlight. So
yeah,
on the money there.
It's like a fleshlight from a Tool music video.
But it's so fucking weird. Just like how it moves around. And also another thing about this thing is, it's random. It doesn't just stare at you. See how it moves. It just keeps moving back and forth when it's looking at you. And it's so fucking strange. And I was like, holy shit. I cannot see myself buying this, but
no.
It'd be definitely fun to fucking have.
Who wants a webcam that blinks? Why would I want a webcam waking up on its own?
I don't know, but it would be just so fucking weird to have as a little fucking toy.
Who wakes up like, oh, I can't wait for my technology to spy on me. It's gonna be a good day. Fuck that, dude. I'm sorry, I don't need a weird eye looking at me. Well, this guy's petting it.
This guy's petting it. He's fucking petting it.
What is his deal?
And he's brushing the fucking eyebrow. That's so fucking weird. But it's something that intrigued me, man. Like, just look at the way this eye fucking reacts.
You literally have the Rock's right eye on top of your television or monitor. It's weird.
The people's eyebrow.
It blinks. Like, what? How do you conduct business? Like, how are you doing a Zoom meeting discussing the fucking expenditures for the next year?
Look how big it is.
And it's blinking, and it's like fucking dumb Cyclops over here. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to work some of the time. I'm going to look up here now. Look up here. My webcam better fucking listen to me. That's all I'm saying.
This is a prototype. It is something that they're still in development of. But it's just, it's such an odd fucking thing. A piece of technology that, I don't know. My words can't explain it, but
it's fake. It's not real.
Oh, is it?
No, the whole concept is it's trying to point out the fact that we don't pay attention to our technology enough, that what's spying on us. So all those things I was bitching about are literally the whole point. Okay.
Well, they got me because I didn't read a lot of the stuff.
So they say webcams are in front of us looking at us constantly. Tyser told IGN, "We are familiar with the human eye, and a webcam and a human eye share a purpose. They see, but in contrast to the webcam, the human eye is expressive." All right.
Can you imagine something that real fucking though? Just
dude, I don't want to. It's a speculative design.
It reminds you of like Guar in a way, you know, like something that Guar would have came up with.
It's like a celebrity deathmatch episode, and they punch the eye out of one of the celebrities. Like it looks like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see that.
It just looks so freaking weird, man.
But it's also like something like if Guar was part of like research and development,
right?
For those who don't know, Guar is a really nasty band who's I don't know how to put it, man. They were like,
there's only so many of them left. They were like a thrash metal, power metal band.
Yeah, with a lot of phallic pieces and stuff.
Well, the whole concept was they were aliens from a different planet that were their whole race was violent and barbaric, and I can't remember what they were named, but you know, I mean, when your lead singer dies of coke, it's a little or whatever he was on at the time. Alex, you want to say any more about this weird art camera?
No, other than if it were real, I don't know if I would want to own it for myself to conduct business or any kind of podcast that like we've been doing. But it would be like a fun little tool to have, just to have it around.
That's so weird. Look, like, how do you ever look at porn with this sitting on top of your computer? Like, what happens if you're just mid? You're like, whatever, I'm enjoying this, and then fucking eye opens up. Like, do you just you punch it off your monitor, right? Like, you have no choice.
Like somebody's watching me. Does it get a black eye if you punch it?
I'm already fucking paranoid enough, dude. I don't need a fucking eye looking at me.
You know what? It's a joke fucking technology, but somebody actually made it, though.
Yeah, no, they did make it. I mean, it's a speculative design, so
yeah,
they did make it. I mean, I don't know why they're using.
It looks like a fleshlight.
It looks like they're using elephant tusks. Those are that's what those are. These are elephant fleshlights.
Oh my god, that's just so weird.
Jesus. All right, so you good?
Yeah.
All right, next article's mine. I'm going to be talking about the recent fight between Jake Paul and Ben Askren. And this is an article just kind of talking about his reaction, which... he
was just on WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, Logan Paul was on WrestleMania. Jake Paul is his younger brother who is he's a YouTuber aspiring to be a boxer. He is, I think, 3-0 right now. He beat KSI, which is a YouTuber. And Ben Askren is a former MMA fighter. He was in UFC. His most kind of notoriety came from when Masvidal knocked him out within 5 seconds of the match. Basically,
so he wasn't a good fighter.
Well, Askren is a world-renowned wrestler. He's collegiate. He has won a lot of awards on that. He's an incredible wrestler. He's been doing that for 20 or so years. He was never really a striker in the UFC. He would use some striking in order to kind of like get them to the ground, and then he would use his wrestling. He's a wrestler. So that's what the whole concept of his boxing match being kind of so-so.
Was he decent pre-COVID or what?
Well, he's retired. So what happened was he had hip problems for a while, and he fought Masvidal, and out of the gate, Askren had a problem with he would go low to try to take down right out of the gate. And Masvidal had watched the footage and realized this, so he came out with a flying knee. The perfect angle, perfect gliding. He was out cold.
5 seconds.
Done.
That's okay.
So he retired after that because then he was like, well, I need hip surgery. They told me not to fight. So he literally was 3 months post hip surgery, started training to do this boxing match. Now the truth of it is, he took it because he got a good paycheck. Some people say 500,000, some people say $1 million. So he made good money for less than 2 minutes of work because he got knocked out within 2 minutes. Jake Paul came with an overhand right, caught him right on the temple, knocked him down. He was a little wobbly. The ref wouldn't allow him to continue on, which is different. In MMA, if you're standing, doesn't matter if you're wobbly or not, you can be hit in the fucking head. Boxing's a little different, so they called it right there. The truth of it is, Jake Paul hasn't fought a boxer. As soon as Jake Paul fights a legitimate striker, he's done. He's not a good fighter. If he fought anybody, he called out Cormier. Cormier would destroy him. Cormier is in the point in his life where he doesn't need to look good. He just doesn't look good in a suit. So he eats at all of the fatty food places. He's enjoying his damn life.
Is this a photo, or can you scroll down?
No, I can scroll down. So that's Askren, and so this is about. So his quote was, his tweet first off was "Sorry world." When they did ask him if he let down the MMA community, he said, "No, I didn't let the MMA community down. I let the entire world down because they hate this asshole." Another quote of his is, "It's unfortunate. I really thought I could do better. That was not fun." So I got knocked out.
That dude right there, was he the one you were just talking about?
Who?
The other guy that he called out?
No, this is an unrelated video.
Okay. So there was another guy that he did a post saying
there was Cormier and then Mike Perry.
I don't know their names because I don't follow
Mike
MMA.
Perry called him, and Mike Perry would hurt him. Mike Perry's a nasty dude.
Was he the guy that made the comment about don't let BJ Penn fight him next because
BJ Penn, he called out BJ Penn. BJ Penn would fuck his life up.
Well, there was a MMA fighter that said don't let him fight BJ Penn because we want MMA to be proud again. And like the way he said it.
Okay, so BJ Penn.
I don't know which fighter that is though. I don't remember the dude.
BJ Penn's retired. The last time anybody saw him was in a cell phone recorded street fight, to which he gets knocked. He basically gets knocked out. That's why they say that. But BJ Penn would fuck him up. If people want to talk shit about BJ Penn, go back and watch his history. He helped build what UFC is now today, and he was in his day. You didn't fuck with BJ Penn.
Oh yeah.
He may be older and slower now, but I wouldn't want to take a punch from him. But yeah, this is just basically kind of talking about how his reaction. He's bummed out. But once again, in later interviews, he's talked about the fact that the next day he went out and played disc golf with some buddies from high school that live in the area. So it's like you got this trip, to LA, which you don't live in. You got this house that's rented. You got your family there. You're getting either anywhere from $500,000 to a cool mill for 2 minutes of work, and you get 11 weeks training. He did, but up to $1 million for that amount of work. It was a good paycheck. He's trying to do. He's got his own wrestling school where he teaches kids and everything. So he was a heel in wrestling terms.
Ben was, or?
Yeah, Ben Askren in the UFC was a heel. He was a shit talker.
Yeah. Okay.
So not people kind of wanted they don't like Jake Paul because Jake Paul's a fucking douchebag. But they don't really love him either, is the thing.
So, like I said, I'm not familiar with MMA. Did you say Derek Brunson?
No.
Okay, so Derek Brunson made a tweet saying, "Dear MMA Jesus, I'll take 2 short notice fights. I'll finish my next 3 opponents. I don't ask for much. Don't let BJ Penn box Jake Paul. We can't afford another L."
Yeah, that's because the last time you saw BJ Penn was the street fight video because he's retired and he got knocked on his ass.
So, Derek Brunson, are you familiar with him?
I have to see him.
I'm just curious as far as MMA goes.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He's a professional MMA fighter, UFC Christian, with a sense of humor. Yeah, sense of humor. Bathroom mirror model. Okay,
that's who I thought it was. Okay, yeah, he's he's.
So
he's a loudmouth. I think he started with Ultimate Fighter. If I'm not, I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. So the Ultimate Fighter, which BJ Penn was also a coach on, I think twice or twice.
I mean, here's the thing: is like they're just going to take jabs because BJ Penn threw his hat in the ring and said he'd fight Jake Paul. Okay. So as soon as BJ Penn did that, he brought on the criticisms of himself. But I just wanted to bring that up a little bit. I knew it was kind of current. I watched the fight myself. It was quite disappointing. I wanted Askren to knock that little asshole on his ass. But
see, I've been wanting to get back into the UFC thing. It's just I can't bring myself to.
I'll give you I'll give you the fucking login to the Fight Pass. You can watch them all on demand and stuff too. We got it. We love that shit. You know me. I watch fight videos on YouTube from WorldStar.
Yeah. but it'd be nice to watch because I remember growing up watching
Oh, they got them all out
see fucking
on the Fight Pass that we have. They've got it all out there. They got it going back to UFC 1. They got them
yeah.
back
What was,
when it was in Virtuosity, like
yeah.
that back then. Yeah.
What was the show called again? The Ultimate
Oh.
Fighter. There you
Yeah.
go.
That show's actually a really good reality TV show.
It was. I don't know why it got canceled. Well, I guess
No, it's coming back. It went off for it's coming back. They have, I think they just picked the coaches, but I don't remember who they are. But it's coming back exclusively on the Fight Pass, I believe.
Okay, see, so Fight Pass. All right.
Which once again, I'll give you the login.
Yeah, that'd be nice to fucking start watching again because I did like that. I did like watching it. I think the last one I saw was Tito Ortiz punching a hollow door and breaking it, thinking he was such a badass.
Rampage just completely Rampage completely destroys the door. Yeah,
so it was Tito Ortiz versus Rampage in the show.
Well, Tito Ortiz is a loudmouth. Rampage was a hothead. The one season I don't think it's the Rampage season, but it might be. Kimbo Slice is on the one season.
Yeah,
I actually really liked that guy, man. And he took it seriously. He took it seriously. He came in there with no ego. He wasn't, I'm the badass from the backyards. He came in to learn. He took all the criticism. If you watch the Ultimate Fighter with the Kimbo Slice season, you get a new outlook on kind of that guy. And then they had the documentary on him too. But he wasn't a piece of shit. I mean, he was just a dude. Like the whole backyard fight started so the neighbors could resolve conflict without killing each other. Yeah. That's why it started, so the dudes can get in the neighborhood that have beef, rather than shooting each other, get together, punch the shit out of each other, solve it right then and there.
What was it? What was it called? Bum fights or some shit like that? Or?
No. It was backyard. No. Bum fights was entirely different. It got lumped into that wave, but these were backyard fights.
So that's what it was. He got
the funny thing is, Masvidal, the guy who knocked out and virtually ended Ben Askren's UFC career, or at least he retired thereafter, was in one of the Kimbo Slice videos. So Kimbo Slice had this kid that was his protege, and they needed somebody to fight. So these guys were like, "Well, I got this kid, and it's Masvidal, right?" So Masvidal beats the shit out of the guy. That's why in the UFC 4 game they have the backyard fight thing because Masvidal was on the cover. It's actually a quite good game. If you guys, if you are gamers at all and you play UFC 4, it's done really well. It's a good game. It's all based upon the Fight Night mechanics. So if you like the old Fight Night games, the UFC games will feel more intricate, yes, but very familiar. Especially if you use the buttons or even analog, however you control system. But let's move on. We've got the next one, which is Alex's pick. Alex, why don't you go ahead?
All right. So the reason why I found this interesting is because I have long nails, and they grow like you wouldn't fucking believe. But this lady has the fucking Guinness Book of World Record long nails, and she finally cut them. And one of the things that intrigued me about it is how the hell does she wipe her ass?
Wads. She got a bidet.
Look at those nails. I mean, just in that fucking. You don't have to click the video, but I mean, if you do.
Oh God, no! I'm not watching that.
Yeah, they're gonna show how she cut them. And
fuck that! No, no.
You can do that picture right there. Just a picture alone. Look at the way her nails curled and went.
She's like a horror movie. It's like Freddy fucking Krueger.
I mean, I don't expect us to take a lot of time and talk about this because it's just nails. But my main curiosity is why. Like, why would you let them get that wrong?
Williams began. So she treats it like it was. I mean, at this point, you don't let them. You're purposely growing them. Yeah. So she started nearly 30 years ago, and her longest measurement was 38 inches long, and it took her 2 bottles of nail polish and 20 hours to do a manicure. Are you fucking nuts?
Why?
For what purpose?
So for what purpose is that? Exactly my thing. And like I said, man, how did you do your daily functions? Like what did you do in life?
Well, see, that's the thing though. You don't have daily functions. You have some stupid asshole doing things for you, or stupid assholes.
Yeah. And at this point, you're pretty much living your life on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
You're a freak.
I have nails in the world, and like, what did you like? How often do they shatter? Like when you hit something.
I mean, I'd imagine like you've got really strong fingers, so maybe you can be a blacksmith. Because you're always holding those up. Maybe you can go be like a steel worker. Maybe after you trim them.
So
Crush beer cans.
After you trim them, okay. So now she could be a steel worker. But before that, what was she doing? You know,
She's got, like I said, she's got some assistant or some family member working with her that does all the. Hey, she's got, you have to have a bidet at this point. Like you've got to have like a warm water asshole drying bidet.
So November 19th, 2014, in London, England, she was photographed in this little picture right here. I'm not sure if that's when she actually broke the world's record for the Guinness Book of World Record.
Williams said the procedure was emotional for her in a video posted by Guinness World Records. She said she had mixed emotions about her babies. That's mental illness, ladies and gentlemen. When,
that definitely is.
When you reference your freakish fingernails as babies, time for you to maybe get some pills.
I can understand it being emotional when you do it, because like the first time I cut my beard like completely off and shaved it baby face.
How do you not break one?
Exactly.
How do you not like just go to like do something and then you hit it on the table and it's just like
she must not have done nothing in life, like,
right?
Nothing.
Completely waste of a human being, all so she can grow fingernails.
But at the same time, it's like, wow, you fucking grew these nails that fucking long, and
you know what? Fuck that. Put her in the diamond mines, the salt mines. Make her do some. Make her. We'll take one of the guys that are like got all the fucking coal on their face. We'll put her out there. We'll let that dude sit there and do, or a firefighter. We'll let them sit there and do nothing.
I'm pretty sure the coal dust and all that black lung shit is going to fucking change your fingernails at that point.
Well, you can't have those fingernails unless you're digging through the fucking mountain with it. Doesn't work that way. You're going like you're just another piece of equipment at this point. I got it. Don't worry.
But like I said, man, I've got some strong ass nails, and if I don't cut them, they get pretty long. Sometimes I not on purpose, but they can be longer than my wife's, and they're harder than hers. You know, like they're more durable than hers. This lady, those things are fucking thick, dude. Those look like my fingers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Imagine how strong her fingers are.
Yeah, that's got to be heavy. Do they say anything about weight? No, they don't.
They don't. I wouldn't want to know the weight of those disgusting, gross fucking things. Look at how they're different. Oh, that's because he's got a nail. Like, what kind of psychopath takes like 20 hours to fucking paint your nails?
Yeah. And it's not her painting them, because it's got to be somebody else.
No, it's the poor women. It's like, how like doctors do heart surgery and they're like, they show one of them sleeping in the corner because they're taking shifts. Like, it's the same thing. And one of these small little like they're just these little Asian ladies sleeping in the corner while she's sitting there. Keep doing them. We want to go home to our families. You don't have any family. Keep doing my nails.
Or call me up and 10 minutes before I'm outside sleeping in my car. Just call me
up.
Like,
how do you know it takes 20 hours to do your nails? Like, unless you're doing them yourself. If she does them herself, then where she's like literally every night, like, here, hold my hand up because I've got 68 inches of fingernail to fucking deal with. No, I'm good.
In the preview of the video, before you started it, it shows like a hand and the color of the thing, and it looks like shit. So like, if you go back,
look at this shit. Look at this Edward Scissorhands shit.
Oh yeah, that's before he got cut.
Fuck you. Look at these things. They look like the Predator's fucking dreads.
Oh look, that's after she got him cut.
Oh look, she's all normal. Hey guys, I can wipe my ass again. I wipe my own ass. Look at those fucking things, bro. They're gonna tie those to the ends of brooms and use them to fish. This is disgusting. I am she and she was me. Yeah, she's probably like, it doesn't feel natural. No, they're still too fucking long.
And now they're handing her a file.
I can't watch people file their shit. It gives me the fucking, it gives me cold chills. I can't watch that.
Again, like I said, man,
moving on.
I'm probably gonna bring the weirdest fucking shit to you. Because I mean, sometimes pimple popper fucking intrigues me.
I'm alright. Alright. Moving on. So this one is just kind of here's the thing: is I'm at this point right now where on the streams I can become affiliate. I'm choosing not to because I like to multicast and I like to do the freedom aspect of it.
Talking about this off air,
and I just want to I found this article and they go into a pretty good depth, but I'll just go over it real quick. Basically, these guys talk about what are the pros and cons of becoming an affiliate realistically. Kind of what can you assume, what can you get. What's the benefit and why you wouldn't maybe want to or why you would want to. Pros obviously is the opportunity to generate revenue, which is via allowing to place ads and having the subscription button and things like that. Now you can, through things like Streamlabs and all that, you can set up donations to get around that, but this is kind of Twitch's built-in way. Custom emojis, things like that is also what comes with the affiliate. With once again, I can do it. I'm just at that point where I don't know if I should.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. And some of these articles like I've been looking into because I'm trying to make that decision. The ability to stream elsewhere. So the whole thing is you can't stream to multiple sources at once if you're an affiliate. It's Twitch only, then you got to wait 24 hours, and then you can upload that content anywhere else if you'd like to. Now, let's see.
So that's the VOD, right? You have to wait 24 hours.
So yeah, basically you cannot post that content anywhere else for 24 hours. Otherwise, you're technically breaking the contract you sign when you become affiliate. Cons: Twitch takes a cut of all purchases, so that $5 subscription you get, they take half. You get $2.50. And one of the cons they say is you got to do, it's the same with anything. If you make money from any source, you got to claim it on your taxes. It's not a con for Twitch. It's a con for the government and the fucking IRS, not Twitch. And this is like any live streaming content you create on Twitch is exclusive for 24 hours after broadcast. So you wait a day, you can upload it then. But I mean, let's be honest. If you're doing it to where you're streaming and then you're editing it to upload it, it's going to take you a little bit anyways. Let's be real. So that's not necessarily a big deal. Should you take the deal? I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of benefits, things like subscriptions and ad placement and ad revenue and whatnot. But the problem is you're locked in. You are signing a contract that states when I stream, I'll only stream on Twitch. And for people like, for us, we have the podcast on YouTube, and the problem with YouTube is it's plain as fuck. It's not a game streaming service. It's, hey, stream to your YouTube page. That's an issue. They need to make YouTube like Twitch for the gamers, so when they go to it and when people click on it, they don't just feel like they're watching somebody's fucking YouTube page. They feel like they're watching a gaming stream. And right now there's no customizations you're allowed. I don't even know if you can embed code in the web page, to be honest with you. I doubt it. So it's like that type of thing's a problem where YouTube hasn't kept up with it. So even guys like Dr. Disrespect they've been banned away from Twitch, are on YouTube, and they're getting a third of the audience they'd have on Twitch. I mean, he's got roughly 40,000 people watching on average, which is still great, but on Twitch he'd have 100,000. He did have 100,000 before they banned him for what was still not been actually officially said. But that was just my take on it. I'm in that situation where I'm researching it myself, and frankly, I don't know. I haven't taken the plunge because I like to be able to multi-stream.
So what do you get out of the bits? Did they say anything about that? Like
bits are basically money, but they're pennies.
Yeah, it's a currency.
Yeah, they're pennies.
I was watching the wrestler Adam Cole. He was streaming himself finishing up Halo 5, and somebody donated 10,000 bits. And he paused everything and he looked at the screen and, oh my god, really 10,000 bits? He got all kind of emotional.
It's $100, right?
Is it? Is that what it is?
Well, if a bit is a penny, I don't know what the currency rate is though, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I've never looked into it to see what the bits are. So people are throwing in 100 bits to hydrate. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, Anita has that too.
What is 100 bits to you? Is somebody giving you 10 cents to drink water?
There's no monetary value. It's just if people have those things on their Twitch, you can purchase bits. So you can if you look here, there's this ridiculous plan where it's only for the low price of $308, you can get yourself 25,000 bits, mister.
So somebody bought $126 worth of bits to tell him, hey, thank you for streaming Halo 5.
Well, no, you said 10,000, so yeah, $126.
So now, does he receive that monetary value, or is it just what does the Twitch streamer get?
I honestly don't know. I think it's just a way to interact into the stream.
So then Twitch gets the money, but not him, not them.
100 bits is $1.4. 500 bits is $7. 1,000 bits is 10. That's the monetary value.
Oh, so he only got $126 out of it.
Yeah. How do you get Twitch? Well, that's how much they would have paid for that many. But you earn them too, like being on people's like.
Yeah,
when you won by watching ads. So if you watch ads, you get them.
Okay.
I don't know if you have to be affiliate or not to deal with bits. Probably.
Yeah, I believe so. That would be. I don't know, man. That'd be something to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, we could stream live episodes of the podcast to the dedicated YouTube channel and just set it up.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And I'm already thinking about killing Facebook on the stream, anyways.
Just for the podcast, that'd be great because we.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even have that for the podcast. We'd be streaming via Streamlabs. We wouldn't be streaming via Twitch with the podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be the YouTube account that it'd be streamed to.
But that would just be, I don't know, man. I'm just still trying to figure out the whole bits thing. The bits.
You're focusing on silliness.
The subs, all it does is if you subscribe to the channel, it eliminates ads. Is that how it works?
Also, some people have subscriber-only chat. There's you get emojis as a subscriber, shit like that.
Yeah, I've seen that. You can create your own emojis. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you imagine our faces as an emoji?
I've been considering taking the plunge, but I mean, like I said, if I do that, it's only to Twitch, which maybe I'm diluting the audience, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just stream to Twitch tomorrow and see what goes on. But all right, so enough of that one. Let's go to the next one, which is yours.
All right, so this next one is it was kind of intriguing to me for this guy in Nevada.
I saw this one too.
It's an inmate. He's on death row. So I guess one of the things is when you're on death row, you have to appeal it in some way to, I guess, not be murdered. And his one thing was either his lawyer or him said, either his lawyer or he said he wants to be killed by, firing squad versus lethal injection. And an interesting thing is there's only 3 states right now that does firing squads. Let's see, capital punishment by gunfire. So Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Utah are the only 3 states right now that do fucking firing squad or gunfire. And
or the military. What they need to do is sign him up, recruit him, and then process him through military trials.
For crimes against the U.S. But the last time this happened was in Utah in 2010, which is fucking amazing. I wanted to deep dive a little bit, but I did not. Because that's just me.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the asshole shot 4 people in Las Vegas, killed them with a shotgun, badly wounding him. Who gives a fuck what he wants? He's exhausted his appeals. The Supreme Court won't hear his case because he's an asshole.
Let him die by the cocktail.
They argue that the cocktail's going to hurt more than the firing squad. Who gives a fuck? You deserve some pain.
Only because there's no exact measurement for the cocktail, which I've read about that and I've heard about it. Sometimes it can cause adverse effects, and the person doesn't die right away.
So let's drown them.
Yeah,
just fucking drown them like rats.
Like Salem witches.
Like rats, drown them. No. Like literally, we build a human-sized rat drowning cage.
Well, back in the day with the Salem witch trials, they put them on a chair and they put them at the end of the water, and they would teeter them into the water.
And if they sank, they were pure. If they floated, they were witch. What about what if they were a hefty gal with more buoyancy? They're just because they're fat, they're gonna die.
They were strapped to the chair, so if they sank, it had nothing to do with it. If they died while they were in the water.
Well, no. The whole thing was if they sank, they weren't a witch, and if they floated, they were using their powers to float.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. All right, I did notice this. Nevada has 72 men waiting execution. I mean, I'm just going to say this, Nevada, get moving. You're running behind. You got work to do.
And how long have they been there, man?
I mean, that's the thing is, like, you can't make assumptions, but it does, like, if it's somebody who's been on death row for 3 years, because they killed their entire family.
Yeah.
Forensic evidence is caught up. That motherfucker's guilty. Give him the cocktail. Like, if it's a crime, if he's sitting on death row for 30 years and this is something he was accused of in the 70s, either kill him or let the motherfucker go. Like, I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, past crimes are fucked because new forensic evidence can be everything, but in the same token, forensic evidence has been pretty great. I mean, we're 2021. If you did something a decade ago and they got your ass, nuke them.
So, according to the article, Nevada has not had a fucking execution since 2006, when Daryl Mack was executed for the death for his conviction of 1988 rape and murder in Reno. So the last time they actually murdered somebody, you know, for that was in 2006.
I mean, when is a society are we just going to treat rapists as like we castrate them? Like, I know we do chemical castration, but when are we going to do the old, like, you know what, you don't deserve it, I'm going to take your toy away?
Unix style?
Yeah. Or just, you know, straight up execute them. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
No pun intended. I said that's nuts.
I don't have tolerance for this sort of shit. Like, if you're a fucking piece of shit rapist,
yeah.
Like here, you know my plan. It's not the Cocteau plan, but my thing is, once every 3 months,
Without a reasonable doubt, if that was the case, yeah, 100%.
Well, if there's no doubt in the case, why are they sitting there? Once every 3 months, you live on NBC for 2 hours.
Being a father
by the gallows.
I have no fucking worries about that. I have no qualms, I guess you would say. 100% I agree. Fucking rapists,
pedophiles, all of it. I'm telling you right now.
If it's without a reasonable doubt that they are that,
yep.
that, you know, that is the case, and they're found guilty, fuck them.
I'm telling you though, if we did it live on every network channel, Times Square, once a quarter, 2 hours long, you fucking from the gallows, you did a gallows that was 10 long. All 2 hour broadcasts, like they do the fucking New Year's or the Super Bowl.
The Running Man?
Yeah, no, not the Running Man. Have these motherfuckers line up.
I know, but not fucking, you know, give them
the problem with the Running Man is there is no wreckage of former LA. That was the whole thing in Running Man, is like the whole arena was from the old earthquake of 20 whatever that destroyed LA. So the whole course was built upon the deathly grounds of old dead LA, just like Demolition Man.
Not so much giving them a chance to survive. I'm saying, but a la Running Man, where they televised it.
Yeah. You know, the only problem is that's better because you can't bet because they're all gonna die. Right. I guess you could bet on if the neck snaps or if they get hung to death.
I guess the amount of time it takes. And wow, we're going deep into fucking darkness.
Yeah, you started talking about it. Next up. So this is my article. The RTX 30 series GPU shortage just got seriously bad news. Now here's the thing. If you're not in the know, basically NVIDIA and AMD released video cards during a pandemic. There are shortages for circuit pieces and boards.
Where do they come?
Overseas. The issue basically is the shortages are causing this demand, and then the other big thing is they allowed their stock to be bought up by fucking bots. You allowed everything of yours to be bought up by bots. Now they're selling for $1,500 for a card that should be $8. It's ridiculous. In a recent call, the investors, NVIDIA indicated that the shortage is probably going to last to most of 2021. Sorry, kids. Basically, anybody who wants to buy or build their own PC right now, if they're looking for certain components like the 3070, the 3080, 3090s, yeah, too. You're better off pre-built.
Pre-built, like I did.
Yeah, at least you're going to get the fucking card. For people like me who don't need a pre-build, it's frustrating. I mean, I've wanted to get one, and unless you're willing to go outside of a Micro Center for 3 hours before they open, if you're fortunate enough to have one, or a Best Buy, hoping that it's shipment day and they get some in, and hopefully there's not 30 other assholes in front of you, you may get one, but the shortage is real.
Or you could try to do what everybody else is doing. Try to become friends with those people that work there and say, hey, give me a call every now and then. Give me a call. And then hope that those person, are going to be like, hey. I got
a friend that does that. He hasn't gotten me anything. Same thing with the Xbox, One X and the PS4 or PS5. There's a shortage of components and there's a high demand. Now, specifically for PC users, you have a lot more people wanting to build because you have a lot more people working from home. And this is the in-demand card. So if you got a good chunk of change in your pocket and I'm going to build my home work center and be able to play video games, boobity boobity boo. You're
That
one.
was my concern when I bought this PC. I was like, damn man, what happens when things upgrade? What do I do? And one thing I do like about this PC that I got, it does have the extra slot, and it does have it open where you could just swing it open to replace stuff. But me not being very knowledgeable in the mechanics of a computer, I'm gonna have to call somebody else and be like, "Hey, how do I do this? What do I
Me.
do?" I don't even have to put my hand like this anymore. I just look at the camera and
We
say,
have
"Hey,"
the old 1980 phones.
I can look at Discord now and be like, "What the fuck do I do?"
I mean, you have an Alienware machine, which is the nice thing about even pre-builds is if they're not pieces of shit, you can upgrade them yourself.
And this thing has so many different slots and so many openings
So
that
many different slots.
son, you can put things anywhere.
Any hole.
But
All
no,
right.
this has opened my world, and to become a PC gamer now, man.
Oh, well, I told you before you got yours that it was going to be a whole different level because you were used to consoles and
Yeah,
PC gaming. And the reason why you have these people like PC gaming master race is because PC gaming is freedom.
yeah.
You don't get freedom with consoles, and the new ones are nicer, but you're still tied down to an operating system. Like with a PC, you can do everything. You can run emulators, you can run normal games, you can get shit for cheaper. The PC market, there's always incredible sales. Games that are new are 35%, 40% off. There's the third party markets. There's all sorts of stuff. The consoles, you're locked in, man. And then look at the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. They're charging $10 more for the next gen versions.
During this pandemic, when I haven't been working because of my wife, I was able to buy more fucking games than I ever have in fucking 6 years.
Yeah, well, that's because you get them for you can get games for dirt fucking cheap on the PC.
Fucking free. Actually, they were free.
Yeah, Epic gives away games monthly.
I think I have like almost 50 games now, and half of them were a gift from you, and the other half was free games that I kept finding that I liked.
Well, you also have things like Humble Monthly if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You get I think you can get up to 10 games for like 20. So $20 a month, you get 10 games. You're not gonna like them all. That's why you get to choose. But like the idea being like, there's shit like Rust was in the Humble Monthly at one point, or it had a Humble Bundle at one point. Like that's the thing.
Before this, yeah.
They like the PC market is just all around more cost effective, and that's not even thinking about the illegal bootleg game market, which you can theoretically get every game, cracks and all for the most part, and you could play for free if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I haven't found that market yet, but yeah, I'm not really worried about it.
You don't want that. The problem with that is you start dealing with torrents, and then Comcast gets your, and then you could be downloading viruses if you don't know what you're looking for, and then.
Be like a Napster issue.
Well, not only that, but the torrent websites are constantly changing because they're constantly getting shut down by fucking different agencies. So you're better off just finding shit on sale a month or two after it came out to enjoy it.
I saw a meme pop up earlier today. It said, "Tell me your age without telling me your age," and somebody said, "Hello Napster," and I was like, "Holy shit!" Yeah,
I would have said CD or mini disc player.
Yeah,
I had a fucking mini disc player. It was so awesome, but the technology lasted like 30 seconds.
Another one was I used to play video games on Channel 3.
Oh yeah, and then I remember we had the TV that had the heavy knob, so it'd be like, floop, 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 floop.
What the meme was, tell your child how old you are without telling your child how old you are. So explain to them what Channel 3 was.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
They Live is still a classic. Fuck you if you don't fucking agree.
I love that movie.
I gotta get you my iTunes, buddy. I just got it. All right, we're gonna move on because this is just anger inducing to me because I had the money. Uncle Joe gave us the Stimmy, and I couldn't get one, and it went elsewhere because I'm an adult and I have shit to pay.
Your car? No.
Everything, yeah, because my gambling addiction, right? All right, so this one's Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
This one is really fucking crazy.
Stare down in the backyard. Yeah. Ignore the stupid ad. Everything's on sale, apparently.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm a father of 2 daughters, and just seeing this article, I was like, "Holy shit, this is weird." A bobcat fucking jumps in your backyard. You can play the fucking thing if you want.
It's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's play it.
This is about a yacht. What the fuck? What kind of news article is this? There's no video. So it's all in quotes.
No, I actually have the article pulled up, the video pulled up.
It's the same one you sent me.
Refresh. Refresh.
Refresh. I have to watch another fucking ad.
Do it. Anyways.
Oh, god damn it. Go on.
Anyways, let me just explain. So this kid was in the backyard riding her little fucking big wheel, and she was turning around by the table in the back deck, and she looks to the side, and a fucking rabbit comes shooting out of the bushes, and there you go. Go ahead and play. And then as the rabbit was coming out, a fucking cat came out, and the kid was like just looking at it like, what the fuck?
It's a bobcat.
It was a fucking bobcat, and she like sits there for, I think it was 20 seconds. And
my daughter almost died.
I don't know if I'm loud enough for this, but
You are.
look, the cat just stares at her.
She just stares at it too. She's a badass little girl.
Oh yeah, man,
She's
dude,
got-
fine.
Oh, look at her. She's got crazy eyes. She got crazy eyes.
But the mom and dad thought that she was talking about just a regular cat showed up, you know?
Jeez. And she just stares at the fucking thing?
Yeah, and then it finally just backs off.
How is there? Where is this at? The fucking bobcat? Castle Rock. Okay. Seemed like an hour. They locked eyes and just kind of the cat runs away. She runs away.
The cat takes off. You can pause it here.
Yeah. So cat.
So
It's like I'm bored. I'm gonna go eat something.
So can you imagine, like, well, we live in Chicago, right? We had one instance where our old grammar school had a fucking a mountain lion ran along the river and got to, inside the city here. I think it was like, what is it, like 7 or 8 blocks
From where?
from the river to our grammar school?
It's about a mile.
About a mile. So
A mile and a half.
mile and a half. So the mountain lion traveled from the river to the school, and it got into one of the person's backyard. So that's where the Chicago police opened fire on a fucking cat. But can you imagine, like, if you actually saw this fucking animal? And that wasn't very big, but
Yeah, I imagine myself getting my fucking gun.
Well, no, because when it happened, you were actually not that old.
No, I'm talking to this situation.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, if you were a 5-year-old versus
Well, I mean, I'd probably run away. I'm not stupid.
this little girl just sat there. I mean, what would she have done if it came towards her? Would she have picked up the big?
No,
wheel
she would have been mauled to death. She should have ran. She ain't gonna take on a bobcat.
But after this part of the video, she actually gets up and she does a circle up and around versus right. Like, I don't know if you watch. Like, she goes up and around. I would have went up and right.
Well, she knew her path. Least resistance. No, see, the problem is if this thing attacks, she's gone.
Yeah.
Like, little girl, run the fuck inside when you first see it.
But she was brave, dude. She was a brave.
Is
kid.
it brave or is it stupid?
Nah, I think she was brave. She was standing her ground.
I think at this point it was stupid because she just thought I was a kitty. I mean, she's young. Like I'm, like
If she thought it was a kitty, why did she get up and run?
little kids are nothing but small, stupid adults. All right, that's all they are. They get smarter when they grow, but they're just stupid humans.
Can you go back to that face she makes at the?
Or her fucking Total Recall crazy eyes.
That face. She looks like
This is the fucking face of a. That's why she stared at it, because she's a fucking sociopath.
She looks like the eye from what we were just looking at, the eye webcam.
That's Patrick Bateman's fucking daughter, but yeah, right. This little section here, this little kooky crazy.
That's where they got it from.
Right, they modeled it after this little crazy girl's eyeball. Yeah, nah, man, that's not smart. That's not brave. It's stupid.
She was brave to stand her ground in some way.
I'd yell at her and say, next time it happens, you get your ass inside.
Next time, yes. But at that point, she did the right thing because it backed up.
She didn't do the right thing. She wasn't protecting anything. Because here's the thing, if it doesn't back off, she's fucked. She's a little girl. It's not the right thing. If, like, her baby brother was in the back with her, or her pet, that's brave. This is just stupid. You're putting yourself at risk for literally nothing.
And hold her to too much of the stupidity.
Well, she's just a small, stupid adult. That's what children are. Moving
I,
on.
I still love that look, man.
All right, so we're gonna talk about something a little bit heavier, and this is because it's in the news, man. Um, Derek Chauvin trial. Verdict brings a rare reboot of the police conduct. This is kind of an article I pulled out of the hat. It explains kind of the whole thing, and basically, Derek Chauvin has been found guilty on all charges. Now, my honest opinion of it is because of certain things that have gone on, such as Maxine Waters, from what they're calling it right now. Even the judge mentioned kind of her inciting violence. I
Oh,
think,
really?
yeah, well, she said basically that if it's not anything less than first degree murder, they need to push harder on people. Basically, so what the defense tried to basically argue was that that's going to be inciting violence. So I think what you're going to honestly see is he's been found guilty on all of them, but the defense is going to appeal, and they're going to appeal on the grounds of because of things like Maxine Waters and outside circumstances, the jury felt pressured to do this, and they're going to try to appeal it in that grounds. I don't know what's going to happen with that appeal. I mean,
Was the jury sequestered where they weren't allowed to see any kind of
well, they're supposed to be, but that shit's going to filtrate through when you have U.S. government officials on the news saying things like this, it's going to trickle through. So that's the card they're going to play. They're basically going to play the card that the jury was pressured into, because the problem with it is the trial's gone on for 3 weeks. The jury goes in and they deliberate for 10 hours, which for something of this magnitude, which is the amount of evidence, the amount of witnesses and things like that, 10 hours really isn't a whole lot of deliberation. You can say it's clear as crystal. That's why it didn't take so long, but I mean, the thing about it is if you followed the trial, you understand that like the defense did a pretty good job of creating probable or a reasonable doubt for why it would be first degree manslaughter. But I don't know. I also don't know how you get convicted of first degree manslaughter or first degree murder and manslaughter, because even third degree manslaughter is basically you drop a brick off the freeway and it hits a car and kills somebody. That's third degree. You had no intention of hurting anybody, but you killed somebody. Second degree is kind of like if you have a gun and you fire it off at a party and a bullet ricochets and hits somebody and kills them. That's second degree manslaughter. So neither one of those really make any sense to charge him with. I don't know how it would really relate, but I think manslaughter is an easy one for them to pin him on, simply because that's like you were negligent of what you were doing and it resulted in the death of somebody, which is more than clear of what happened here. I mean, at the bare minimum, it was negligency. I don't know. The thing about it is I don't know if it's necessarily murder. There was a lot of stuff they had talked about of Floyd having a lot of drugs in his system. But, I mean, once again, you're kneeing on a guy's back for how long, and he eventually suffocates. It's
two things I want to say is this picture that you're showing, this image, justice for George Floyd, justice served.
Mm-hmm.
They actually put a question mark at when it was done.
Oh, did they?
Yes. So they were saying that it's still not done.
Well, I mean, well, that's a whole nother thing. Those are what that's the protests, and the question to that is, are these protests about justice, or are they about power? Are they about something else? The idea being that Minnesota's burning right now, and they just charged him with everything. So, what are we talking here?
The other thing is, was fucking what's his name? Derek Chauvin. How do you say his last
Chauvin, name? I think.
Chauvin. Was he a bad cop? Was he a good cop? I think he was a dick cop.
I mean, I think he had previous like roughness citations, but I mean, one of the things that came out in the trial was that he could have straight up walked up to him and tased him. Yeah. By not tasing him and trying to get him into the car, he was technically using lesser force.
Yeah.
Than what he could have.
Watching some of the video that they provided afterwards, I have my own things. I'm not really sure what the fuck was going on. There was what is her name? I guess she was the lady that actually viewed all the webcam footage and all that shit, and she gave her own story what was going on. There was some weird shit, like they put him in the car, they got him out, they couldn't get him in the car, they had to go sideways, they went like it was just all weird. We were only getting bits and pieces of it, so I don't know.
I mean, here's my thing: when you watch the body cam footage, he's clearly having an overdose, because before they ever like really touch him, he's saying he can't breathe.
Yeah.
But I mean, the point to make there though is like as a police officer, your first thing should be
And
this guy's not right. Let's get medical here.
yeah.
And if you see somebody in those situations, you don't put extra pressure on their body because I mean, if he's
Yeah.
face down on the ground and he's having a heart attack due to even if it is an
So
overdose, like my opinion is George Floyd may have died in that police car on the way to the jail simply
so
because of the amount of fentanyl he had in his system.
was it negligence as far as his part where
I mean, it's
he did?
clearly negligence. Somebody in his care died because he didn't get
Okay.
him the
So
care they needed.
what would be the charge then if it was negligence versus the manslaughter versus all that
Well,
other stuff?
it would be manslaughter. It would be like first or third, first degree manslaughter as opposed to first degree murder.
Okay. But him putting his knee into the back of his neck only because he was trying to hold him down. Yes and no. I understand.
I
But
mean,
there was
I think the problem is he was doing it to be a dick. He was
yeah.
doing it because Floyd had pissed him off. He didn't like the fact that there was a crowd of people, and
Okay.
he was putting his knee on him he was roughing him up. He was being a rough ass cop.
And was he the superior officer out of the four guys that are being charged?
I believe so. I mean, the other three, I think at least two of them were in train or were still in training technically, so they
Okay.
didn't know what the fuck to do. They're all scared. They got a group of so it's
You
co-
have to
co-
follow your yeah.
cops are humans too, but it's just this
They
idea of
are.
like
It travels back to what's going on
I
here in
mean,
Chicago.
the truth of it is there's great cops, and just like any other profession, there's shitty cops. There's great cashiers at Jewel, and there's shitty cashiers at Jewel. So the idea is we got to figure out a way to either get the ones that are bad out or get them help. I mean, I think mental health is a big thing that isn't talked about when you talk about police officers.
Yes.
They do need, just like everybody else, they do need support, and the problem is
They deal with so much shit that we normally don't deal with, same as firefighters.
on a daily, paramedics, all of them, they all have this problem that like they're not supported by
Do you
there's not nearly enough mental health support.
do you by chance know any firefighters or police officers in like personally?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a firefighter. He works in the downtown area. He told me sometimes when you go into a fire, you sometimes walk into a building and you smell burning flesh, or sometimes you show up to a place where it's a person that died and they've been there for a couple days, or sometimes you show up and they just died, but you're the first responder as far as a firefighter goes. The type of shit that those firefighters go through, and that's why a lot of them are alcoholics. And I feel for it because I know a person. I'm not going to say no names, other than I'm pretty sure he's never ever going to see this.
We'll
But
tweet it.
I'm pretty sure he's never going to see this. But I feel for the experiences that that he talked about when we were hanging out, and it's just the shit that they go through, and tells me why he drinks tequila so much. To
I mean,
to say,
it's it, the no, any first responder job's hard, whether it be paramedic, cop, nurse, doctor, firefighter. Like doctors, a little bit different because
right,
theoretically you're making more money, but the ones that are really on the boots on the ground, it's always going to be rough on them. I mean, I think the truth of it is people need to understand that people are human, and I mean that works both ways. It's if you're a cop who's letting it get to you too much, and you're not doing your job properly, you're too rough, you're too aggressive, you're trigger happy,
exactly,
you need to be pulled. You're done. There also needs to be a system for these guys where we just don't leave them out in the cold, because that's how you also create alcoholism and well, it all feeds though. Alcoholism, domestic violence, it all spurs out of the same issues, out of the same struggles. So
exactly.
you know,
So military personnel, police officers, firefighters. I can't think of anything else. Doctors, maybe.
how shittily we take care of our vets should tell you right there why systems like the police system and the judicial system is all fucked up. You see, between the corrupt politicians and the lies they feed us, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. They're feeding you lies. They're only showing you what they want to see you. It's fucking smoke and mirrors. And they divide us. They want everybody to fight everybody because oh you're blue and oh you're red and
Yeah.
you should be against each other. Why are we against? Because we say you are. Well, shouldn't we
Yeah.
be against you? Well, no, you can't do that. No. And that's what people need to understand is like America. It's a melting pot, and it's a melting pot where the concept of America is you go to your local favorite Quickie Mart or gas station or 7-Eleven, whatever the fuck it is. You
I
meet
wish.
so you meet somebody you don't know of a different color. You start a conversation. You enjoy that conversation. You go home happy that you met a new friend. That's what America's supposed to be. The problem is we're so wrapped up in why we should hate each other and how we could hate each other that it's become the focus. And you know until we kind of realize that we're all fucking human, it's not going to get any better.
I kind of worry every now and then with what's going on because I am married to a woman of a different race, and it kind of worries me that when she goes to work or when she goes to the gas station and stuff, it bothers me, and I always tell her, call me, So, but I don't have I don't know how to say it. I still have faith in some of our humanity, especially in the area we live in. But I still worry, man. I fucking worry all the time. My wife's out, and now I'm about to teach my kid how to fucking drive. It's like okay, now she's gonna be out, in a couple
Well,
of
you
years.
know the other problem is you have your wife is of Asian descent. Your
Yeah,
daughters are of Asian descent, and now there's I don't know how real of a movement it is, but there's been
and I'm white.
violence and issues with white and Puerto Rican. I'm just white. I'm what they call on the street a pale face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have any.
Well,
I'm Germanic.
at first appearance, I am a pale face, but I am white and Puerto Rican.
No, you got the Latino. That's what the Latino. I keep disappearing because of the vape.
Can I call myself Alejandro?
Alejandro Toledo. All right, so we're gonna move on. We just want to talk about that a little bit because it is relevant, and
Yeah,
for
it
a lot
is.
of people are happy that he was charged with everything. So we'll see how everything progresses, and I'm sure at some point we'll be giving you an update on a future episode of how everything's going with that. But this next one is for Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, God. Okay, now this is from 2019, but I fucking like Fallout 76. You and I fucking delved into it a little bit on our
I
stream.
still have it installed.
Yeah, I do too. I want to play some more. But so this fucking guy, he created right outside one of the bases. When you first start out, he created this whole little labyrinth, and unsuspecting to the people that are there, it's a labyrinth of death.
So let's see. This video is 4 minutes long.
Yeah, we might have to skip that little ad that's right there, but here he goes. Hey, how you doing? Come over here. Come over here. All right, so
Oh, geez, it's gonna be Dead by Dawn Fallout Edition.
he has to open the door for them to go in. All right, so they go in. Some
She's
do,
look,
some don't.
she's looking at it like, I don't know about that.
She's like reading the stuff. She's like, I don't know. All right, so as soon as they go in, bam, shuts the door.
Oh,
So he
jeez.
goes up on top and he watches a
Oh,
death.
jeez.
So now they have,
They're trying to fight it.
and then here comes the music. I love this music. That it works so
I
good.
am
with
gonna
it.
have to mute it though, because I don't know. Well,
I got you. Go
yeah,
ahead.
we're gonna mute the music for right now.
Oh man, but he
It's evil son bitch.
you don't have to watch it all, man. But it's just it tells you right here, man, like what kind of a person he is, and the type of a
He's probably getting awesome views on his stream too.
yeah, yeah.
So this was spotted initially by Games Radar, a player named Corinda Barr.
Oh man,
So if you're if you look, I mean, if you want to check it out, I mean, enter his maze. Corinda
Look
Barr
up
is his
YouTube.
gamer tag.
yeah.
What?
Look up on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd check him out. I don't know if it's from his YouTube. I'd imagine it is, but yeah, he just wanders the map and greets new people and then lures them into his death maze.
It is so fucking hilarious, man. There's like fucking 30, 40 hours
Have
of
you
this
been
stuff.
Have you been playing Fallout?
No, not excuse me, not lately.
Yeah, we should pick it up, and even if it's not on stream, we should play it at some point. I'm
It
down.
would be yeah.
All right, anything more you want to say about this guy?
No, but again, I just enjoy this. I'm still watching the video.
I like watching the Rust admins fuck
Uh-huh.
with cheaters. That's my favorite YouTube videos right now.
Well, we played Rust for a bit, and we weren't very
I
successful.
do want to go back and try it again. Get into it a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is play. Yeah.
I think we need like one or two more people. We need to find one or two more people. We
Yeah.
need to
Good
make
luck. Nobody that we know likes that fucking game because it's balls hard.
How about this? Next time we're on there and we run into somebody friendly, let's tell them, hey, let's group up.
I don't like new friends.
No?
I'm content.
Okay. How about off screen? We'll do that off screen.
How about I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right.
But
So
I'd like to deep dive into that Rust thing again.
this is the last article. The cannabis industry would like you to stop using these pot slang words.
Ooh,
Huh.
cannabis.
Huh. Let's see what they are. So here's their thought process. Any term applied, to cannabis other than cannabis is negligent and abusive behavior that we abhor, Hayden said. The term marijuana is a Mexican slur, although it is tolerated when it combined with the word medical for specific purposes, as in medical marijuana. The term
By the way.
marijuana. The term marijuana originates from Mexico in Mexican Spanish, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. But it was used as racist politicians who first criminalized cannabis. That's actually true. They called it marijuana as a slang,
Okay.
as a slur. Basically, like marijuana was that dirty Mexican product. It was very much a racist campaign against it. So they want you to do away with the M word, or they're shifting away from the M word. Let's see. She's okay with other slang terms, though. My father calls it reefer. And even though now that occasionally makes me laugh. So marijuana has had a history interlaced with racism. Cannabis is about harmony and acceptance. So, yeah, I mean, they're definitely taking the race angle on this one. The truth of it is the word does come from, the roots do come from basically, it was back, back in
And today was 420, by the way.
yeah, well, it was 420. The whole thing was back in the Reefer Madness days, where it was just it was a devil drug, and they did racist campaigns. Marijuana is in fact a racial slur term they came up with to fight against it. So it's used now, but there's points to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the whole fucking point of smoking weed is to chill the fuck out. Like, I like Jazz Cabbage. He offered HuffPo, the CEO of MJ Cannabis Delivery Service. What?
This article is not chilling the fuck out then, huh?
I don't know. I think they're trying to represent it. I understand, but I think you're talking about a substance. Like, let people call it whatever the fuck they want as long as they spend money on it for you. Like, if it's illegal, who the fuck are you to tell people what to call it? I mean, I don't personally know anybody that calls it marijuana. If I refer to it, I call it green. It's one of those things where it's just it's a stupid thing to worry about. I understand the sentiment, but call it whatever the fuck you want: reefer, pot, jazz cabbage, devil's lettuce, devil latucci, whatever.
I've called it pot. I've called it weed.
So that was it's just, that's my whole thing. Is it's like, with so much shit to worry about, why are we so concerned about that? Like, I get it, I do.
Call pot, legalize pot.
How about we put more efforts to get that federal legalization through to that over worried about people calling it marijuana?
Another thing too is when I was a kid, some of the things that my friends used to say was, "Hey, you got any mari? You got any wana? You got some marijuana?" It was all adapted where you could call it like something quick and instead of saying marijuana.
I mean, I feel like people who call it marijuana or reefer are a little like, how fucking old are you, boomer? You know what I mean? Like, how is that not old? Like, reefer's old school, but reefer's acceptable because that's like Cheech and Chong used to call it reefer.
Yeah.
But marijuana is like, nobody fucking call it. At the minimum, people call it pot. Like, if it's somebody old school who just doesn't give a shit, it's like pot or weed. And frankly, like I said, it's a product to chill the fuck out. So smoke some, chill the fuck out, and don't worry so much about the fucking who's calling it what. With that said, guys, this is the last article on the first episode of this new show. Now what's that?
The premiere.
Yeah, the first episode. We plan on doing more episodes, and we're gonna keep doing articles and everything that kind of catches our attention. Beyond that, we're gonna see how long it comes out and go from there as far as how many articles we want to do. And other than that, we want to thank you guys for watching yet another Nerditude product. We're doing Matt and Alex, first the Interwebs, And you will see this episode real soon. So we'll see you guys soon. And I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching or listening. We will be having both audio and video. So I'll get this up on Spotify as well. And, everybody have a great night. Thank you.